I can't believe I've been brought in to figure out this mystery. Cannon went crazy. He just started tearing stuff up, but that's not right. This description. That's not Cannon. Cannon's beard is black. Oh my God, it's Frank!
That's right. I was a bad guy all along. Well, you'll never stop me.
Ha, I knew that was the truth, and now I'm revealed as the good guy. Probably.
It's a Travolting development. His movies are kinda shit. 15 years without a hit. Hey! It's John Travolta!
A little ginger ale now, Frank.
Extra belchy.
Extra belchy.
Extra belchy. Welchy.
You know, that is one of the things that's off my list. I cannot have carbonated beverages for a month.
That sucks.
I thought you said you can't have burps. Well, I'm
burping like a motherfucker. Whatever they did to my throat has made me extra burpy.
I still say it's the protein shakes that aren't helping.
I've only had like maybe one a day.
That would do it, Frank.
You know what? I'm on this side of the screen, and I can tell we're recording.
Well,
that's awesome.
Everybody loves a cold open.
Everyone loves a cold open.
Frostiest opens in the business.
Is this the first time in the podcast history that I've been on this side of the table? At least for Cage, I believe.
For Cage, 100%. You've never been over here.
Wow.
In fact, if for Ak, you've never been over here when I've been on the show.
Wow. It's like instead of looking at a bunch of pops, I'm looking at a bunch of AEW figures right now.
Yeah.
Which either way, it's pretty sweet.
And a bunch of fucking nerds.
Fucking nerds. So, this is Cajun Greatness presents Travolting Development.
Hooray!
Where we talk about the films of John Travolta. Take the amount that we talk about Cage movies, a quarter of that.
Yeah, this is technically the second Travolting development of the year.
I mean, technically, we talk about Travolta movies 100% of the time on Travolta development.
This is true. Well, we do talk about that movie, the movies.
Yeah, I mean, like every Travolta development episode has been about a movie of John Travolta.
Yeah.
So we're batting 1,000 on this spinoff.
Our most consistent output.
It's not inaccurate.
Yeah, but it was like when you actually did the math, you accounted for all the Cage episodes, and if we actually sat and did, got real hardcore about some math, and no one wants to do that.
Right. Well,
no one ever wants to do that.
If we're getting real hardcore about math, Travolting development over the entire Cajun Greatness life is probably sitting at about 19 or so percent, I think.
You know what? I'll take it.
Because there's like 49 point something. I haven't checked since the Marco episode, but it's 49 point something for Cage, and then like 30% bullshit. Yeah. And then the rest of it's Travolting.
it's in like fractionizing like what the bullshit is, breaking it down like 40% Dolomite and shit.
Well, I guess I am running this show today. I'm your host, that Cannon Guy, and with me today, I have my co-host.
It's your boy Shimmy. Woo woo woo. You know it.
It's
woo woo woo.
Straight from Long Island himself, Captain Shimmy. Long Island Ice Z. By the way, it's dazed and confused, Pat.
And as always, for Travolting Development, we have
it is Postman Frank,
who needs to talk into the microphone.
That's right, my alter ego is here.
Or is it?
No, who knows?
Who knows?
No one really knows.
That's some great editing right there, getting us both talking at the same time.
Well, see, what happened is you just stole Frank's dog tags, and you've been pretending to be him.
I'm section 9. So anyway, we watched. Wow.
Fuck.
Uh-oh. Yes, what are we fucking?
I just realized this is the 8th Travolting development episode.
Fuck off!
Oh,
no way!
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, wow.
How does the thing?
How does this keep happening to us?
I mean, it's just like on this week's episode of AYCH where we talked a lot about Lyme disease, and the Zoolander poster and the Lyme disease ribbon are the same color green, and Ben Stiller has Lyme disease.
Okay.
God wills it.
And it should have been. Or whatever.
There is a frightening amount of synchronicity happening on this network this week, and I don't know what to do with this cosmic power.
Wow, it's been it's been crazy. It's been off the rails. It's been nuts, but it's been definitely a wild ride. You can't deny that. Mm-hmm. That being said, we watched another Travolta movie.
Yes.
And that was the 2003 classic Basic, starring, of course, John Travolta, Harry Connick Jr.,
Samuel L. Jackson,
top billing Harry Connick Jr.
That's right.
And some up and comer named Samuel L. Jackson's also in this movie.
Nobody knows who it is.
Connie Nielsen, Tim Daly, and Giovanni Ribisi, who I forgot he was in this film, and several others, Taye Diggs, and other people that have had side gigs on military movies. It's fine. But so like we do, I'm just going to go round robin style, which no, not really. We're just going to go around the table, and I want to give everyone's brief review of the film based on the Letterboxd 5-star scale, and we shall start with the Shimdog.
All right, so this movie had more twists and turns than a fucking F1 racetrack, right? It feels like Vince Russo booked it, because every 5 minutes, somebody was not who they said they were, who you thought they were. But God damn it, I love this movie. 4 stars. I had a good ass time.
Hell yes. Patrick?
He's still befuddled.
Ladies, everyone at home don't know how to come down to this movie, because until like the last 10 minutes, I was like, okay, I know what I'm gonna give this, because like originally I was gonna say, this movie's a lot like Rashomon if it was stupider, constantly raining, and you didn't know what any character in this movie's face looked like. But then the last 10 minutes hit, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I do like this movie. 3 stars.
It's like, you know what? Fuck it. All right. Postman Frank.
Okay, so the movie starts off, and you think you know what you're getting, and it's like, kind of like Pat said, I'm just following along the movie. It's your typical, kind of police investigative type thing. And then that guy's not who he said he was. That guy's not who he said he was. And then we're like, oh, okay, that's a nice twist. And then the last 10 minutes happens. And you're like, what is the sky blue? Is the grass? I don't know where I am.
I don't know up from down anymore.
It is.
Was that really even Harry Connick Jr.?
Yeah. And,
No, it was Vilmer.
the ending of it is like, wait, what?
Wilmer Valderrama?
No.
Oh.
But I mean, it's good. I enjoyed it. Not the greatest of mystery murders, but 3.5.
Okay. Not the great. None of you can tell me that you knew how that shit was going to end when it ended. Okay?
I mean, no.
Like, as far as murder mysteries go, that was the most unpredictable shit I've ever seen.
I don't know. I've seen the movie before. I kind of knew what was going to happen.
Well, you know what?
Cheater.
That seems unfair.
I was in high school. Sorry.
Yeah, high school, you suck.
Pick the movie.
Were you, though? After that movie, were you really in high school? Do you know where you were?
Yes. I remember watching this movie when I was in high school.
Whose dog tags did you steal?
The Undisputed Era's.
Oh, okay.
Because I like that logo. It's really
That's
cool.
a good logo.
So, I forgot. There is another special guest to the show that hasn't been around in quite some time.
Is he going to do the thing?
Oh, my God. Is he going to do the thing?
He did the thing.
Oh, my goodness.
There's some crisp Bud Light ASMR for you.
Oh, man. So, 2003's Basic. Again, it has been, wow, if I had to guess, at least a decade since I've seen this movie. Probably longer.
Well, if you were in high school, that would put it at like 20 years ago.
I mean, I know I've like seen it like after that. Like, there you go, Patrick.
It's got to be deeper and like more of a rumbling sensation.
Anyway, I remember as a kid, like the fucking twist, just like I was all fucking about it. Because like this was around like the time. Because like what, 2 years before this, fucking Swordfish, another Travolta movie, with just like twists and turns galore. I mean,
And if you want to hear about that, go listen to the Travolting Development episode on Swordfish on this channel.
on this, it's good.
Go check that out.
But I don't even think that movie had the amount of flips and flops that this one did.
I don't know of any movie that had the amount of flips and flops this
From someone who's actually wearing flips and flops.
That's true, you are.
I mean, that being said, like Pat, I was just like, maybe I was wrong about how, quote unquote, good I thought this movie was, because I knew it was going to be a good time to watch it. Harry Connick Jr.'s in it.
He is in it.
I knew Shimmy was going to be all about that shit.
I do love that.
That's
man.
probably why I got 2 of the 4 stars.
I mean, I'd be lying if I said there wasn't like at least a half-star bump for that.
The Henry Connick Jr. bump.
Just wait till we watch Dolphin Tale.
So, how I am feeling about Basic on a star scale. You know what? I think I'm back at I think I am sitting at, with Patrick, a 3. The more it goes on, it gets fucking crazy. Let's talk about it.
So, like, obviously, if you want to be just gooped, gagged, depressed, and plucked, go on the experience yourself. Come back and listen to this, because it will be definitely spoiling it here out. But just like trust us when you say, a bitch, you won't be able to figure this one out.
Like, I'd never seen it, and I'm glad I'd never seen it or heard about it or knew it. Like, going into this blind, I had a blast.
Oh, I didn't know this was your first go.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I had nothing.
But we get a team, military team dropped into the jungle, and then the Predator shows up. Wait, that's not.
Frog movie.
It is.
John McTiernan, though.
We get Ben Stiller and Jack Black dropped into the jungle,
judging from the DVD menu, you would be not blamed for thinking it was Predator.
No,
Yeah.
No, those
Razor
titles.
lead sights in like a rainy jungle, and then like all these like mist, like dark shapes of people.
And the hardest picture of John Travolta from this movie they could have possibly gotten.
Hardest.
From like 1 3-second scene.
Fucking saturation just everywhere.
Bluest movie ever.
No, that was Swin Fan. Excuse you.
Yeah, which is funny enough because I know it's not going to matter at the time this drops, but the day it's being recorded, yesterday was the 35th anniversary of John McTiernan's The Predator. Well, Predator, and I forgot this was a John McTiernan film.
It worked out real well.
Completely so. Who knew?
Well, I imagine McTiernan probably did.
I mean, he knew it was going to happen. Like if some odd years down the line.
Yeah.
But anyway, this military team gets dropped into the woods, and then people start dropping like flies, and then it becomes a whodunit murder mystery, and we're trying to find out what's going on. And we watched the movie, and I think half of us still don't know what's going on. But I believe we did have a damn good time on this adventure.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
Very fun.
For sure.
Like Pat's reaction alone was worth the price of admission.
Like I don't.
Bitch was surprised.
I don't remember seeing you this flummoxed ever before.
You know what?
The absolute look of shock on your face. Wait, what happened? What's going on?
Because I was saying what happened in my head the whole time, because most of it didn't feel like it made any sense. Like it just felt like really meandery for the biggest part of it. Because like I was ready to give this movie like a 2 or maybe even a 1.5. I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? And then the last 10 minutes hit, and a bitch was blown out of the water. Goddamn! Like,
yeah, it's like they're shit goes awry, and then it was a colonel, right? Who brings in John Travolta?
Maybe
The commander of the base.
Commander, yeah,
He was commander. I'm not sure what his rank
And
was.
what is John Travolta's character's name in this movie, folks?
Tom Hardy.
No fucking bullshit.
And man, are they really trying to get you to believe that John Travolta is just a salt of the earth dude guy? Because he's got whiskey in the shower. He fucking dips. He's fucking shouting out to his nice girls on the street of New Orleans, and I don't believe it 1 second.
I think it was supposed to be Panama.
You know what?
Yeah, I believe so.
They didn't get a good. I don't think they get a good.
But
job.
it was Harry Connick Jr. was there, so of course it's New Orleans.
That's right.
It's like that's why it's like
He doesn't wander too far away from his.
I mean, his face is on the sign when he drive into town.
just like throw it on a doctor's coat on me and let's just go party for like.
And they
2
might have
weeks.
filmed it in New Orleans. Harry Connick Jr. was just there.
That's probably exactly what happened.
I feel like
We need a doctor.
Harry Connick
There's
Jr. is
Harry-
just a cursed entity bound to the land of New Orleans.
He's actually a ghost that's bound to whatever bar he hangs out in New Orleans and can only wander a certain distance
Like
away.
he walks out of the town line, he starts to crumble like Portrait of Dorian Gray.
So we have John Travolta's character, not John Travolta. I'm sorry, Samuel Jackson, who's also in this movie. His character is he's a
It's a mean son of a bitch.
mean bastard. Let me tell you.
He's like the training guy,
Army Ranger drill sergeant.
Army
Yeah.
Ranger drill sergeant. And like I will say, he was the most entertaining part of the movie because he's just a fucking bastard. But goddamn, is he entertaining? They just said, Sam, you just go off, girl. You just do whatever you want.
It's like just do the Diet Cola version of Viggo Mortensen in G.I. Jane.
Yeah, basically.
Just do that. And let me just say, that fit he had, at least when they were in the middle of the jungle in the rain, was fucking rad. That beret, like the cape, just fucking flapping in the wind, all wet and shit, that looked pretty sick. Until, he got murdered.
Yeah, but how did he get murdered?
How many times?
Who knows?
I don't know.
A, B, C, or D.
I think we need to tell everybody that he gets murdered multiple times, multiple ways, because we keep hearing different stories about how Samuel L. Jackson's character got murdered.
Yes.
That's the whole crux of the beginning of the movie is what happened to everybody else except for the two guys that made it back, and it all of their stories revolved around killing Samuel L. Jackson's character.
Yes.
And at the very end of the movie, of course, he's still alive.
Yes. Everyone is still breathing at the end of this movie
Except-
because they're actors, ladies and gentlemen.
Except for the two guys they brought in for questioning.
Except for the redneck and Giovanni Ribisi,
yeah.
who method acted through the movie and did not take a shower.
Yes.
And people were not happy.
Ew.
But also, you can find Giovanni Ribisi in Succession now. I'm pretty sure he's in it.
I like him. He's a good actor.
Also, I was fucking gooped when he started glurping up blood like he's in the goddamn Exorcist, coming out of his ears.
Yeah, there was a lot of blood. I think there was more blood coming out of his mouth than in the first Nightmare on Elm Street film. It's like his mouth was Johnny Depp's bed, pretty much. That was just.
That was a lot of blood vomit.
It was. I remember as a youngster, that kind of creeped me out a little bit.
Kinda
I was just
creeped.
like, ugh.
It was pretty gross.
God.
That is entirely more blood that's inside of a human body.
And also, while I'm over here flapping around on the IMDb trivia, this is my favorite piece of trivia from the film. It's raining almost the entire movie. 51 out of 55 people found this interesting.
I liked that first bit of trivia about John McTiernan and why he didn't make a movie for 13 years after this.
Yeah. For going all
Illegally wiretapping, and he was also in jail.
yeah.
You can't make a movie inside a jail.
Makes it difficult.
You make a movie not as good as Die Hard, jail.
I mean, I
Straight
will
to jail.
say that's probably one of the bigger criticisms of the movie is that it is raining for the majority of the movie in the present time and in the flashback portions of the film. So it's dark and it's raining. You only get light by lightning. So I didn't know what really anybody looked like except for Giovanni Ribisi and the other suspect. and just like I'm just gonna take your word for it and trying to remember all these fucking last names.
Like Taye Diggs was there. It's like, okay, I know Taye Diggs. And then in the jungle scenes, it was random white guy that's not dead and random white guy that's dead and Giovanni Ribisi.
And
then Rosalind Sanchez in the worst hat I've ever seen in my life.
hat.
That boonie hat that like came down across most of her face. Like she couldn't see through that shit.
I guess her weird army bucket hat was supposed to be like, oh, she's actually a girl, guys.
I don't know. Her whole character was kind of cringe to me.
Well, I feel like at a certain point she got way campier, especially like in the second retelling.
Like way over the top.
When she started licking people.
Yeah. I feel like that whoever was telling that part of the story, they really embellished that.
Of course, looking back on it, considering that was random not dead white guy telling the story,
It wasn't true.
and it wasn't true, and it was also the people that he's revealed to have been working with, he was probably just fucking around with John Travolta.
Yeah. In hindsight.
Yes, because Travolta knew all of this shit going in and is playing as an interrogator, finding all of this shit out. And of course, his buddy, this is something Shimmy would do, I guarantee you, if they're in this situation, making up shit about his teammate to try to screw with the guy in front of him who's trying to be stone-faced and not react.
No, Ken, it was so weird. Frank just started licking a guy. It was crazy.
Man, all over the face. It was weird.
Saying shit like, I want you, Poppy, and then like pointing a gun at his balls.
We just want to see your pack. We just want to see your pack.
Yeah, that was it was not a. I don't know. Like it might have been a great performance if that's what they were going for, but
But in the moment, how that character is wildly different in one version of the story, and then turned into this and the other version. It's just like it's until the big fucking reveal. I'm just like, what is happening in this television in front of me? Because like it feels like in a lot of ways like a very rote like whodunit, very Tom Clancy, very that, and then like it's just like all this weird intrigue, but it's not really that interesting. And then like John Travolta's just like mean mugging the whole time, and then like the inspector lady who's like, this girl's not doing her job, bringing this jackass from off the street. And it's like she barely got to talk to the dude. And it's like nah. Then of course she's like, he's all part of it. I guess that he's there to make sure the stories were tight. Something.
Well, like the voice of Superman, Tim Daly, called in Travolta's character because they were buddies, and he thought if Travolta found out the truth, he could just buy him off with a bribe. That's why he was called in.
No, it sure.
Yeah, but it still made her look like shit.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it was like a side, like throwaway, like line of, was it dialogue or was it like something?
No, it was dialogue right before Tim Daly gets shot. He's like Travolta's like, that's why you brought me in. You thought you could just buy me off if I found out. He goes, yeah, a little bit. You like bribes.
No, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about him being under investigation for allegedly taking bribes.
Oh yeah, that was just a throwaway bit at the beginning with a phone call that, which doesn't make sense in hindsight.
Yeah,
no, that's really more so there to throw us off than like, even though when you think about it in the grander plot of the story, it's like,
well, it would have made sense if it was just a cover.
Yeah,
but he got a phone call from like his superior or something, making it real.
Yeah, but like, what if he was undercover with his superior, and that was their more cover story? Like, because they established that none of those people, that's none of their names. Like, Jax, like all that, like that's not who they are. So,
hence the shitty name Tom Hardy.
Well, now we've made another celebrity enemy. John Cusack already hates us enough.
Yeah. I love John Cusack. It's your fault.
In my head, he does. Yeah.
Hey, if anybody, I'm the one that dressed him down for spilling his tea.
All of you kind of shit on that movie, but
we shit.
Me and my fellow guest host Emilio loved that movie.
I'm not mad about Grosse Point Blank.
I'm mad that he shit talks Con Air.
Doo-doo and ass John Cusack.
It's really not his jam, though.
I'm just
how they got him in that movie is weird.
Like in my head, he's just sitting
in that movie.
Probably money.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure.
It sounded like they didn't sell it correctly to him, like what it was actually going to be.
Sound like he's just a bitch.
Or he's a bitch. They said, this is going to be a very serious movie, and then
That's
he
right,
saw
John
it.
Cusack. I called you a bitch.
You better watch out. John McTiernan might have our mics bugged.
No, John Cusack's just sitting in his Hollywood mansion going like,
with a coffee in him up his ass.
These damn Cajun greatness people keep calling me bitch, and they're talking about how I poop my pants, and he's just mad at us. That's my idea anyway.
Okay.
All right, so y'all want to take some time to talk about the witty back and forth between Hardy and Osborne, between Travolta's character and Nielsen's character.
You mean the sexual tension that you can cut with a knife?
Yes.
The most
Where he fake/real hit on her the entire time.
the most like forced like sexual component, and then like there's just sniping each other. I want your phone number. And then like she gets frustrated and then just fucking throws him into a room like combat rules and just like hey, like kicks him and then grabs her by the fucking neck like it's a jar of olives and then.
That was weird. That was
like,
a weird scene.
It acts like they're gonna kiss and she's like, bitch, I'm gonna stick a gun between our mouths.
Apparently, they were told to tone down the sexual tension.
Tone down.
Good Lord.
Nothing.
I want that 2 down to a 1. Jeez. The one thing I'm disappointed about now is he knew the whole story and he kept acting like he was a great detective figuring everything out.
Oh, man, he was a good old sleuth. He was a regular old fucking
like,
Robert Downey Jr. as Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, they would go in and have a little, talky talk to the guys in interrogation, and then he would walk out, and she'd be all confused, and he'd throw a little nugget of wisdom in that he already knew.
Yeah.
I mean, he might not have known exactly how it went down.
He was there.
I mean, not exactly how it went down. Like, they didn't know the drugs.
I did like the scene where, she was making up the story in her head and he stabbed Samuel L. Jackson's character.
It's like, damn it. It's like, how many times can you see Samuel L. Jackson die in one movie?
We
all want to turn at killing Sam.
So, this movie is intercut with just like flashbacks galore. Well, I guess hypothetical flashbacks.
Unreliable narrator flashback.
Yes.
Very much so. And it's raining, it's wet, it's a jungle. Like I said, I just got out of a jungle last night with the Predator, and now I'm back in it with Travolta just lighting cigarettes and taking one drag and throwing them out for some reason.
that was a lot of wasted cigarettes.
Also, who the fuck's I mean, I know this is a terrible question for me to ask in fucking Alabama of all places, but who the fuck carries like cigarettes and a can of chew in their fucking pockets? Like, who does both?
Everyone I went to high school with.
When you just need that nicotine. I mean, because I was literally like, I already didn't like this character from the start. And then, like, when he fucking pulls out this can of chaw, I was like, no, ma'am. And then he sticks it in, but then, like...
Never.
I swear he must have just, like, swallowed it because...
Ew. It's never addressed again. You're right.
It's not like he just, like, has this big pat cheating and going... He's, like, spitting into an empty Mountain Dew bottle.
Here's the thing, Pat. Turns out that was beef jerky.
Yeah, just ground up beef jerky.
It could have been.
Actually, it was chocolate flavored Big League Chew.
Oh, that sounds good.
Ew.
Ew, chocolate gum?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, you got me at a Tootsie Roll. I don't know if I want to chew on chocolate for like a long period of time.
No, that's questionable.
Yeah, it's just training wheels for kids to get into nicotine.
I remember my dad forbidding us from buying those candy cigarettes. Don't even want to pretend. Like,
but then, like, they're also because they're just chalk, Dad.
They were. I enjoyed the candy cigarettes.
They don't have any flavor.
Yeah, they were disgusting.
I mean, literally, they're one step below Smarties.
A little bit, yeah.
I like Smarties.
Well, yeah, Smarties has just a granular of sugar each. Like, they literally just took the refuse powder from, like, Elmer's chalk and just made little tiny sticks.
I'm pretty sure that's what they did. They made the Smarties, and what is there left over, they just crammed into little white sticks and put them in a pack.
Yeah, it seems likely. So, basic.
Wow, why keep looking at me?
Because you're the leader of this one.
Man, everything I wanted to say has already been said. Wow.
I mean, I just love that we had this exact same conversation earlier tonight about just like bullshit candy.
Yeah.
Oh, we discovered something really interesting today.
I don't know if it's that interesting.
Me and Shimmy, I bought snacks, as I usually do.
Yeah.
A bag of Munchos.
Yeah.
And a bag of Reese's Cups.
Yeah.
The Reese's Cups were fine, I found out. But when you eat the Munchos first, they have a weird aftertaste.
Oh, yeah. Munchos fuck with the palate real hard.
So you mean to tell me the next Reese's Cup with the potato chips inside is not going to be Muncho sponsored?
Probably not.
I would not recommend, no.
Oh my God, I know what I want to fucking talk about in this movie. I don't know if y'all called it, but there was one moment in the movie when I just cackled, just loud as fuck. They used the same shot twice, and I know, oh, it's a flashback, whatever. Yeah, but the character was not doing the same thing in both fucking retellings. It's like you remember when everyone was asleep in the first retelling, and then like not Nunez. Yeah, it was Nunez. Got fucking like lit up with bullets, and like fell down. In another retelling, she was standing up with the gun, and then like bullets started going everywhere, and then she's asleep again, like and goes back down. Anybody else catch that but me?
No.
I did notice that a couple of those scenes across the retellings seemed pretty similar.
Well,
But I couldn't put my figure on exactly what the similarities were.
I mean, I figure that they would be similar enough to be like, okay, like there's to kind of highlight what the truth may be, and then like what the disparities are. But like and then we get the final version where like fucking Sam Jackson comes in and it's like goddamn Superman, it's like pop 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 pop, killing them all, and then when Nunez tries to like shoot him, he runs out the door, and then she's like, "Where'd he go?" And he's like, "Over here, bitch!" And pop, pops her from the back when he's standing on top of the goddamn building with the fucking cape blowing in the wind. And then, I don't know, it was bonkers.
I mean, I still think there are people in this film that had actual superpowers. I still want to go back to that scene where Osborn threw Travolta like in this other room, like in a completely different room that they weren't even in.
That was an impressive toss.
Like they were in a hallway, and then it's all of a sudden, you son of a bitch, and they're just like doing acrobatics in like this storage facility.
Like sex kung fu.
Like that was a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air throw.
Like it was pretty good.
I mean, like, and John Travolta's a big dude, especially in this movie. He's beefy, and then she's just like, whoop, just threw him out like a bartender on The Simpsons.
Made a point to see him in that towel at the opening of the film. Mm-hmm. Big old fucking like almost half-ass roid oily belly just fucking hanging out.
It's like it's simultaneously like a belly, but also like a little bit of muscles on it.
Yeah.
Okay, John, we're gonna need you to hit the gym for about 3 months before this movie, just enough for this one scene.
Like
we'll put you in a tight black shirt. It'll be fine.
I was about to say, we need you to look fucking jacked in a black fucking t-shirt for a little bit,
That t-shirt was tiny.
Yeah, it was.
And like, and she's a fairly small lady too. But she also like knocked out the first suspect like cold clock. Like she had fucking brass knuckles on and broke Henry Connick Jr.'s nose.
Harry.
With a phone book.
I love how
the offense on Shimmy's face when you called him Henry.
How dare you?
I love the irony there. They're not supposed to leave marks. Shatters his nose.
Yeah.
Just like blood everywhere.
Like it's pointing in another direction.
Gushing.
And how he keeps bringing up that she broke his fucking nose was a good bit.
That was funny.
It's like, you broke my goddamn nose. He goes, yeah, I've supplied him the drugs. You broke my fucking nose. That was fucking good.
That was.
Oh, but man, we got him singing in the movie. Travolta sang in the shower for a little bit while he was down in some, what was it, Jack Diagonals?
Yeah,
What was it?
Grabbed Jack Daniels off his shower.
I did notice how odd it was that the closed caption, the subtitles on this particular DVD, did not subtitle the songs that either one of them were singing.
Or the swear words.
Yeah, they skipped a bunch of swear words in them subtitles.
Yeah, the subtitles weren't 100% accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, I do appreciate gigantic yellow letters.
God, that font.
I mean, honestly, they need to make subtitles as legible as possible. So having yellow letters against a dark movie helps. But like, they look a little fried. but not as bright as the in movie font they used for like locations and so it was just like red like X-Files letters.
Yeah, that was drippy blood MS Paint type fucking lettering that was dark maroon against a dark background.
I think it was supposed to emulate like the military stamp lettering, and it did not do a good job.
It was they could have just made the font white because it just looks really illegible.
That would have been helpful.
But that's just another example of they only do that for like opening bits of the film, and I swear,
like
at least that I
times,
remember, you never fucking see it again through the rest of the movie.
No,
so why have it in there?
I think they wanted to establish that there was Sam Jackson dropping everybody off, then shit hits the fan in between.
Yeah,
and you got to figure out what those hours are. But again, like, make it white.
Yeah, it makes more
dark
sense.
Red.
It's like fucking whatever. Even do the fucking weird like cliche classified thing where some shit gets blacked out. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's not like they didn't use several other tropes in this movie. Why not add one more?
Hell yeah! I mean, that one at least would have worked.
Yeah.
Instead, no, we get like this bad like rejection font from like Blade 2 that you can't even read because everything's dark.
What if Papyrus was edgy?
That's another. It's really fucking dark in this movie. I know that it was at night, but haha, funny. But just like it's really hard to figure out your little murder mystery if you can't see anybody's fucking face. Because like in the jungle it is pitch black, raining, everybody's got a floppy hat on, and it's like, who the fuck is talking?
Everyone's got a floppy hat on. Even floppier because it's fucking raining
just
now.
Drip dropping.
Just rude at this point.
Just floppy hats.
God, man, everyone's trying to figure out who did what. We got Ribisi in the hospital. Mm-hmm. I know we already talked about it. He was a guy who just vomited just blood and just died.
Because he was Ribisi and the other suspect,
a live white guy.
Yeah, the other alive, not redneck. I think white guy.
I guess technically that would make him.
But
Dunbar? I don't fucking know.
Dunbar until certain other information is revealed.
He was Dunbar, but then he was Pike, but then he wasn't any of them.
Yeah, it's
not even his real name.
The fucking 4D chess in this movie.
Like your brain will hurt a little bit at some point because even like wait, huh? And I've seen this movie several times.
Everybody's goddamn name and it's like trying to stick it to a face that doesn't exist.
Like if you're the sort of person who remembers names better than faces, this movie's not going to be a good time for you.
No. Not whatsoever.
If you're the type who remembers faces better than names, this movie is going to be only slightly better for you. About half the time.
God.
If you can't keep track of both of those, you're kind of screwed through this
movie.
movie.
Face and name blind, shit out of luck.
Just read the Wikipedia summary. You'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. You're good to go.
Kid, that always clear things up.
I will say the opening credits, the voiceover with the fake Southern accent always annoys the fuck out of me.
Her accent came and went quite a few times.
It was bad.
It was not good.
It's the same case because she's also in The Devil's Advocate, and the same thing happens there.
Oh, that's right. She plays his sister or something like that.
Where is she from?
Not the South.
Let's see. Connie Nielsen. Wow. She was also in Gladiator. That's right.
Yes.
She was in
strangely had an accent in that one too.
She was Hippolyta and all the DC stuff. She was born in Frederikshavn, Denmark.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's right next door to Alabama.
Yeah, it's right there. At an 18, she moved to France.
We come from France.
And then she lived in Italy. And then she moved to the United States.
Let's see. You're used to French people, Italian people. Do a Southern accent.
Yeah.
Because they're similar.
All right, so you're from Denmark, then you moved to France, then you moved to Italy. Can you sound like you're a redneck?
Potato.
That's good enough.
You mix them all together, you get something pretty close.
But I don't know. I mean, like, I know it got very weird, and like Shim said earlier, like apparently McTiernan told him to like tone down the tension a little bit, but
A little too far.
I don't know. Like, I at some point I kind of dug their back and forth, like especially when they're just like, I guess like to the point where they're just like done with each other's shit, and they're like, well, fuck it, let's just find out what the hell's going on, even though technically Travolta already knows what the hell's going on for the most part.
I'm with you right there at the beginning where he's just like the smart ass to her.
Yeah,
and she came right back with what was it he said? He asked her a question, and she said something about being angry and uncooperative.
Hostile and uncooperative.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I enjoyed that. The very adversarial between the two of them. I never got that she had any interest in him at all. It's like the almost kiss thing, which is I'm thinking, no, that does not track at all.
There's no chemistry here.
But if anything, this movie showed us like this case like physically broke this woman. Okay, she's smoking cigarettes, hasn't done that in forever.
Had a beer.
She orders a fucking beer at the end of this movie. She doesn't drink beer.
I'm telling you, a better ending of this story would have been after they all revealed to her that they're all alive and they've been fucking with her this whole time. If she pulls out her pistol and shoots all of them dead,
it's like, now
I would have been so fucking happy.
Oh my god!
It's just like, y'all fucking with me. Bam, 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 bam.
You made a fool of me and ruined my career. Bam, 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 bam.
And like
It didn't really ruin her career though, because now she's going to join them in the official clandestine Section 8 group.
I'd forgotten about this shit though. Like when she follows Travolta to the clubhouse and there's a giant fucking 8-ball just in front of the door, just like hanging out. And it's like,
there's a clue.
You know what?
because Giovanni Ribisi, because like we knew about Section 8, like all this lead up that, like, Sam Jackson's character, he's like, he's had like his secret team of like people he's trying to do like shady shit, and then Giovanni Ribisi pukes up blood because he dies of mysterious circumstances, and he like draws a number 8 on her hand. It's like, Section 8, there's something happening here. There's some black opery happening. And then
Black Opery. I like that.
Again, I'm trying to remember like the levels of reveals, because like this shit had more reveals than a goddamn drag show.
It's hard to keep track. It really fucking is. Like, we're not joking around. It's like, they're not talking about a movie. It's hard to keep track of this fucking movie. There's literally so many twists and turns. Shyamalan, be goddamned, okay?
Literally, my review was, if M. Night Shyamalan wrote a Tom Clancy novel.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. I liked it. I really liked it. It was fun as hell.
Well, the thing is, when he's bored in the plane, and the doctor outs him as not being Dunbar, and they rush the plane, and I'm like, the twist. He's not Dunbar. He's Pike. So, of course, he killed Sam. And they grab him off the plane. Then he tells an entirely different story about drug dealing. And then it's revealed that the colonel is actually the whole kingpin of the drug dealing thing. Goes to shoot.
Or the base sergeant. He was like kind of the head of it, and then Sam Jackson was kind of like the guy on the ground and used his black ops team to Section 8 to go the running back and forth, and they pretended to like kill off these people, so they kind of throw them off the trail to sneak in this
another twist,
this cocaine, and then the base sergeant's like, you figure me out, I'm going to shoot you. And then the lady's like, no, I saw you pull the guns out. I'm going to shoot you.
It's like, yeah, it's all wrapped up.
And then, no. There's like, then there's this weird moment. It's like, oh, John, I'm going to give you my phone number. You're kind of hot. And he's like, take me out for a date? Sure. But then he says one little phrase. It's like,
As long as we tell the story right.
As long as we tell the story right.
It's because that was a reoccurring phrase, and she's like, something ain't right here.
Yeah, that's not what an innocent person says. They say, as long as we tell the truth.
You get like 5 minutes of flashbacks of her remembering things that other people had said that she wasn't actually there for, and She tails John Travolta, and then Dunbar Pike, not Dunbar Pike, shows up, and they're dancing at Carnival, and Giant 8-Ball, and she's like, I'm gonna kill all of you for ruining my life. And then Samuel L. Jackson walks in. Why is this woman pointing a gun at you?
It's like, hi. It's like, I'm not dead. I was just trying to get out of this job. And then fucking the dude that we thought was Pike, the other black man in the team, is like, yeah, Pike's not really my name. Yeah. He sits down. And then the other 3 people on the team, they show up.
Everyone who isn't the redneck and Giovanni Ribisi was in on it.
They all faked their death.
It was all superhero style. You can't find their fucking bodies. But obviously they're got to be dead, but they're not. And apparently none of those are their real names. So they just infiltrated the group with Jackson because they're all part of this Section 8 thing that's official. And Travolta's a colonel for some reason,
because he's a part of it too.
He's like the leader of Section 8, and their official job is weeding out shit like this in the military. Because they called him colonel, even though he wasn't in the army anymore. But apparently he is in the army, and everything was just a cover.
And then at the very end, he's like, "Hey, lady, you want a job?" And then
she's like, I'll have a beer. And then, there's.
It's like, how do you turn in your resignation for joining a group like this?
Well, I mean, it's got to be just John Travolta says, I want this one, and then they transfer you.
Yeah.
No, they got to fake a death or something.
Well, that's another thing.
Up a dummy.
At the end of it, Samuel L. Jackson's character is dead officially.
Yeah.
It's what he's saying at their little clubhouse.
Yeah.
He's officially dead.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, I was thinking of retiring anyway.
Well,
and I was like, well, let's fake your death so you don't get your retirement money.
But now he's joined Section 8.
And you've joined Section 8. I hope they have better retirement than the military does.
I guess if they're part of this weird clandestine off the books ghost work shit.
According to Wikipedia, it is a Black Ops anti-drug unit led by Colonel Tom Hardy.
Colonel Tom Hardy.
And they're full on legit military, and that's why Samuel Jackson faked his death so that they can extract him from leadership without people wondering where he went, and have him join Section 8.
Man.
It's like, this movie, you know what? I'm glad it didn't take place in the Hammerstein Ballroom, because if it did, you know what? Probably would have been a little fucking overbooked. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like anywhere else, Jeff Jarrett would have showed up.
But if it was in the Tokyo Dome, I'd have given it 5 stars.
At least. Now, Tom Hardy, the actor, he'd either just started or started shortly after this acting, correct?
Wasn't Star Trek Insurrection one of his first movies?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah,
that was early 2000s.
Let me look. He made his film debut in Ridley Scott's Black Hawk Down in 2001.
Okay. So
which was 2 years. Yeah.
And also, I love how on Letterboxd the header photo for Basic is literally a spoiler of the last bit of the movie.
What the fuck?
Oh, that's funny.
So funny.
Obviously you don't know that if you haven't seen it, but looking back, it's that's kind of big.
To be fair, it's 20 years movie now, 20 years old.
Everybody knew it for fucking us, I guess.
Oh man.
Yeah,
well, I think we were all seeing it for the first time except for Cannon, right?
I was.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Holy shit balls! Yeah. I just knew it was a long and windy road to get to where we needed to go. But it's still fun. Like I said, I agree with Pat. Even though it's long in some points, and it's just it's confusing. It's just what the fuck is actually happening? But then when we get to this banana sandwich of a payoff, and you're just you're looking at the sandwich and you're like, okay, this it looks okay. I guess I'm gonna eat this now.
It's I saw you cook a dish for 90 minutes, and then you give me something I thought you were cooking spaghetti, and then you just gave me a tortilla. So I don't know what the hell happened.
But it was a you know what? It was a better than average tortilla.
Yeah.
At the end of it, it all kind of came out in the wash.
It's like it had pickles on it, but it was okay, I guess.
Because like I was fully prepared to give this a much lower score, and then like the finale, they turned it around. They won me back.
Like for me, the whole time I was, wow, I'm interested. I'm really interested. Oh, that's a cool tool. Oh, I can't believe he was in on it. Oh, that's really neat. I'm super interested. I can't believe he did it. What the fuck? And my excitement level just kept going up.
Yeah, it is. I was just like, I was sitting at a 2 for a while. I was like, maybe this movie is not as, I was never like anticipating it to be this like fantastic by any means, but I thought it was like, pretty solid. And then I was like, man, this is kind of weird. But then, I mean, it's still weird, but you know what? It's enjoyable, at least in my eyes.
First time watchers, you're going to be pretty surprised by the end, I would guess.
I had a good ass time.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I don't regret it at all. I'm still just like, hey, look, nothing else has surprised me as much as this fucking movie. I'll tell you that.
God, and again, like I was smoking cigarettes at a very young age, and I remember even then just being very mad at John Travolta. I was like, I could have had that.
You're wasting many.
That's like a quarter. You just threw it away.
Like Lil Cannon Jr. is just like 9 o'clock. It's like 9 years old at the ballpark. It's like just stewing.
Hey, I didn't start smoking until I was 14. Okay.
Damn it, John Travolta! I got was too much to throw away.
You got like a slingshot in the back pocket, hat turned around.
Yo, man, shit. Cigarettes were like $3 a pack back then. Shit was good. Like they're fucking like what, $7 now? I'll never forget. There was this dude that I was in the car waiting for my mom to leave this gas station, and then like she was taking forever, and I was like, she was getting some juice. What's going on? And then she gets in the car. She goes, I'm sorry, I had to ask this man a question. Did you see the man that walked out of here with like 20 cartons of cigarettes? I was like, no. Why would I care about a dude with 20 cartons of cigarettes? She goes, well, I saw him like buying 20 cartons of cigarettes, and I've never seen anything like that. So I was curious. So I asked him, I was like, I'm sorry, sir, I gotta ask. It's like, why are you buying? Well, Mom legitimately asked this fucking stranger why he was buying 20 cartons of cigarettes. They were Durals too, and might I add, I had Durals back in the day. When it comes to the icky stickies, gross. They're not good. They're disgusting.
Did he actually confess and tell your mom that he was selling them to school children?
No, but but he still gave a pretty valid reason, and even I, as a child in the car, going, you know what? Based. That was before I created that term when I was a kid. Yeah. Before,
yeah.
So why did he have them then?
Because he's from New York and they were expensive as fucking balls there. They're $100 a carton then.
Probably true.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Damn.
Like they were on average about $45 a carton back then. I think something like that.
Well, Alabama has always been like the cheaper cost of living.
Man,
like even now, like my ex-in-laws live in Georgia.
Yeah,
I fill up the tank before I hit Georgia.
Man,
makes sense.
I was still smoking cigarettes when I moved to Alabama, and those motherfuckers went up in price at least twice on me. That's why I went to the fucking mango dicks. That's the vape sticks, but that's code for the vapes around here. We just call them mango dicks because it's funny.
Huh.
Also, another thing that's been hit by inflation, DiGiorno pizzas.
Oh my God. Y'all, listen to this horse shit, okay? All right, we're turning into the inflation podcast. Listen here. Shit's getting out of control. Shimmy, do you want to know how much I saw a fucking DiGiorno for at Walmart?
Probably $6.75.
That is what it was on average. It's about $10 fucking now at Walmart.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
If you want cheese in that crust, get ready to fucking pay up, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, fuck, that was insane.
Well, are we about to go into back in my day?
Well, I know Red Barons ran about $3.50 4 or 5 years ago, and now they're up to like $5.20.
Do you imagine the mobs of fucking rednecks slapping Biden "I did that" stickers on DiGiorno's?
Hiking up the bright patches into pizza prices.
It's not delivery, it's inflation.
Jeez.
God damn it.
Speaking of that shit, I'm watching like actual TV today.
Yeah.
And the political ads just crack me up because it's not a Democrat versus Republican race. It's like 4 different Republicans trying to out-conservative each other, and it's fucking hilarious.
It's an IndyCar 500 is what you're telling me there, bud.
Yes, with guns, Jesus, and Trump.
Mm-hmm. Fucking IndyCar racer fans that listen to the show out there, oh, go to 500, you piece of shit. Oh, fuck, I don't know. I don't know anything about.
But it just cracked me up because they're basically calling Mo Brooks a liberal.
I don't know anything about what you're saying right
He is our current representative.
Okay. I probably should.
He has also spent the last 4 years sucking Trump's dick.
Mo Brooks is a piece of shit.
Yeah, very heavily, like super into it.
Orange creamsicle.
Their leading ad in is Mo Brooks didn't support Trump.
Oh,
How did he not support Trump with his cock down his throat?
I was going, what level of red state are we in?
is it the one that was directed by Kevin Smith?
No, that'd be a much better red state.
You know what? I'd have to agree.
if he had to choose between.
All right, we are coming up on the hour mark. Does anyone have anything else to say about the twists and turns of Basic?
Go watch the fucking movie. It's fun.
Yeah, it turns out the last twist is this hasn't been Travolting development or even Caging Greatness. It's actually been the late takes.
It's probably the last time that Travolta had his real hair in a movie.
Yeah. I mean, the whole time I'm looking at it, I thought it looked like that sprinkle on shit. I thought it was going to melt off of his head the whole time. Because, again, it was raining the entire fucking time.
The entire movie.
According to IMDb, it was raining.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Throughout the Travolting series, we'll be on what we call wig watch, where we see at what point does that hair become a lot more inauthentic.
well,
Yeah. I like the movie. Go watch the movie.
yeah, I think it's a solid fucking time. I mean, pop that shit on a Sunday when you ain't doing shit. And
Yeah, I think it's a good recommend for the whole table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check it out.
check it. Fucking Travolting development approved.
It's just like a sideways stuff. Like, yeah.
Almost an Orange Cassidy.
It's like,
thumbs up.
It's fine. Sure.
Well, since I still don't know all the plugs for Caging Greatness, I am going to let you start this one off, Jimmy.
Alrighty. Well, for Caging Greatness, you are listening to us now, so you obviously found us. Good job. We're available on all the podcast servers. You can also check out our merch store at tpublic.com/user/Caging Greatness. We have some pretty great designs. If you haven't already, go back and listen to our last episode with Marco Manone. This is the most professional we've ever sounded. It was a hella good time. Super informative interview. And my God, we sounded like we get paid to do this.
What up, Marco? We know
crazy.
you listen.
Yeah, and Marco, you're our Valentine, bud. Do not forget that.
yeah,
you said yes.
We hope he didn't spoil Basic for you. Hope he went in blind to this.
We're going to remind him every episode.
Yes,
going
our
forward.
Valentine, Marco Manone.
Listen, we don't want Marco to rescind his Valentine-ness, so let's not, be a little, like the clingy
Yeah.
partner here.
And I hope his girlfriend understands, but I think we ask first.
He's
That's all
like,
I'm
sorry,
saying.
babe, I'm actually in a relationship with like 5 other dudes.
From what we've learned, she listens too.
Oh yeah, seems like. But yeah, so listen to that episode. It was a good time, and yeah, that's about it for the Caging Greatness. Come back next week for something.
A brand new episode of Caging Greatness brought to you by Swizzle Sticks.
I was going to say Oscar Mayer Wieners. Sorry.
Brought to you by John Travolta's hairpiece. Valley Girl. We're watching Valley Girl.
Oh, I'm excited. I've been looking forward to that.
Yeah, it should be a good time. After that, it's going to be another episode of Uncaged, Cannon's Choice with special guest Ken Logan.
Oh my God, we got a guest on from.
Gonna have to remind him that he needs to be here for that.
That'd be a surprise to him, that's for sure.
But yeah, that's it. And then I have been Captain Shimmy. You can follow me at Captain Shimmy's Kind of Art, Captain Shimmy's Almost Music, Captain Shimmy's Toy Box. You can find me at the comic strip. I buy and sell comic books. It's a good time. And yeah, that's about it.
All right, it's Pat. Thank you for listening. Hell, what a show, right? You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at John Lost His Name. And do us a favor, go over and check out the AYC8 side of things. We released episode 267 of that show over on Monday, June 13th. And it's a great time. We catch up with AYC8's original Cody, and we talk about a lot of really interesting things like the uptick in Lyme disease, how Zoolander healed the nation, and our top 10 episodes of the year so far.
Sounds like a good time.
This is Frank. You can follow me for a really boring follow, because I barely post shit, on Instagram at Schwarley1145.
Or at That Cannon Guy.
Or at That Cannon Guy.
Or you can follow me at Schwarley1455. And I have been your host on this night, That Cannon Guy. You can find me at That Cannon Guy on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Goodreads, and the TikTok. I somehow just crossed 900 followers.
Yeah.
Thank you. I will
TikTok
soon.
famous.
I will. Gross. I will soon be able to. I guess stream is the next cap when you hit to 1,000. I don't know what comes after that, but we shall see.
Tell all your followers about our shows.
I do. I have been. I have literally done like 3 TikToks for the fucking show. Anyway, that being said, thanks for listening. Check out Basic and.
And real quick, I wanted to do a special shout out because I've been checking the insights for the show. And if you are our listener in Dublin, or if you're our listener in Frankfurt am Main, I think it's how you pronounce it, in Germany, or if you are our listener from Brussels, thank you. We love you. Tell your friends. Because it's just one person from each of those places. But yeah, we think you're the bee's knees. Just wanted you to know that.
Or several people from those 3 places.
And our FBI guy, love you too, buddy, but you've been slipping, so you need to listen to some more episodes, yeah?
We need to say more incriminating things.
And Tappahannock, Virginia, where you at, guys? I haven't seen any listens from you more than like 2 or 3 a week, so come on, got to bump those numbers up.
Hey, you know, like a lot of people, they don't listen week to week. They sort of like let it sit for a while, then they binge a bunch of episodes.
Maybe so. But
Everybody's got a different listening preference.
I'm just saying.
You know
Brussels,
what it might be?
What?
I've been off work, as you know.
Yeah, I know.
And I listen to the podcast at work.
Sure.
I work for the federal government.
Uh-huh.
And so maybe our FBI guy is just my FBI guy.
Yeah, okay.
And he hasn't been listening because he hasn't been hearing the podcast
So this
for
is
my
your
truck.
fault. Okay.
So it's
Got
my
it.
fault for...
There's actually a bug
It's my
in your
fault for
truck.
having
Damn it,
surgery
Frank.
and COVID.
Well, you know what? FBI guy needs to be a lot more sturdy, like the Dublin people and the Brussels person and the German person. So thank you, guys.
Speaking, I did want to say one thing about my surgery. I don't know why, but after the surgery, my surgeon came in and showed me a picture of the actual surgery, like inside me.
Hey, touches out
Like,
pretty
this
nasty,
is-
right?
With the caption of even saying, this is where we pushed your spleen out of the way. And I'm like, I don't need to see this.
Yep.
I really don't.
Your guts are back and to the left.
Yeah. Why? Why are you showing me this?
It's like your doctor just like filmed like your surgery on like Instagram Live.
Yeah. I'm like, is it streaming?
He drew
Do I
a
need to
smiley
check Twitch
face
out?
He drew a smiley face on your spleen.
Yeah. Did my stitches on the inside, because they do the interior stitches, the stitches spell out something?
Yeah.
That you,
Anyway, thank you all for listening. We'll see you next week.
Good night.
Bye.
It's a Travolting development. His movies are kinda shit. 15 years without a hit. Hey! It's John Travolta.